what does the behind the scenes look like when you're drawing the ears with the wand? Like, what does that? Do you just go like this and then they do?
No, you follow something.
Was there a lot of people there doing it too with you, or is it like your moment?
Separate. No, it was separate. It was like separate shoot days of like you're doing press for the show.
Really? What?
It was only for the people I think that were on series.
Yeah.
Right? I'm pretty sure.
Well, Disney, that's messed up. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of In the Slot. I'm Moobie.
I'm Smelly.
And I'm Rachel.
Rachel!
I said
Rachel
that in the bathroom today. I'm like, I'm going to say Rachel today.
I love
I'm
that.
going to switch it up.
Oh yeah. She's like, today's more business, you know.
Yeah.
Do you want us to call you Rachel?
I'm identifying with Rachel, I think, more today.
What about Chell?
Cool. No.
Would you ever
That
go
could be
by
cool.
that? Hey, Chell.
Chell?
What up,
Like
Chell?
Rachel. Instead of
Sounds
doing
like
the Ray,
NHL.
do the Chell. That's like
Chell.
it sounds like your summer version of you. Hey, Chell.
Chels.
Whatever you guys want, honestly. Fuck it.
Well,
Hey, Miss Rachel.
Oh,
See, that's where I draw the line.
Miss Rachel's crazy.
That's where I draw the line.
But you spell it cool way, R-A-E.
R-A-E-C-H-E-L.
And there we go.
Yeah.
And this weekend, no one called you Rachel because your name on the thing. Actually, it was on your name tag.
My whole government was on my name tag. And couldn't spell the last name right. I don't know what the hell happened.
It was all.
But yeah, I'm a full government. I don't
it
know
was
what the hell
crazy,
that
but it was fun.
was. So much fun.
All right, we're gonna recap our weekend this weekend. It was the Coca-Cola 600. It was so fun. But then after that, in this episode, you'll actually watch our interview with Aly and AJ, another powerful women duo. We love talking with them, so stay tuned for that. But first, the Coca-Cola 600. That was a crazy environment to be a part of.
That was a crazy environment to be a part of. It was so cool. All the cars and everything. Like, I was explaining to my family this weekend, why, I thought it was so cool. I'm like, those cars being so thin, like paper machete, and then just like
Riding
crushing.
around.
And then,
machete?
literally.
Paper machete.
Paper machete. Dang it.
Paper machete.
Fuck it. You know
Paper
what?
machete.
I got it.
No,
I knew what you
got
meant.
it too. I didn't
Fuck
even
it.
question.
Sorry, I thought it was fun.
No.
Paper. But it was epic. And those car crashes, I was also telling them, I was like, oh yeah, and everyone's making references to Talladega Nights, and I didn't watch it like a little idiot.
Yeah, what
You
the
don't watch
heck?
it? Oh, want to have a date this weekend and watch it?
Guys, it's a really fun
And
classic movie.
I was talking about
I think
cars.
I've seen clips.
Yeah, I feel like you probably get the general gist, but we learned also that guy Kyle Busch's brother talked. What was his name? Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch.
And
Oh, that was him?
Yeah.
Kurt Busch.
And his white skinny jeans.
Oh,
And-
right. Yeah, I noticed those.
Okay,
He
Kurt.
was saying how like that movie kind of put NASCAR racing back because it like made fun of it a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Anyways,
the new F1 movie
yes.
also brought it back.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's stop making movies about things you don't know about, okay?
Yeah.
We had so much fun. It was so loud. We had to put earmuffs on. There was one race where we could listen to Katherine, and she was in the cockpit, and she was talking about it. She was like,
Yeah.
it was a little bit of rubbish out there.
Yeah, she's like, I'm just trying to stay in the pack, but she did amazing. I mean, what I just think is so cool about her is how composed she was throughout the entire thing. Like before the race, composed. After the race, even though it didn't necessarily go the way she wanted, composed.
Calm, cool, collected.
She was so cool.
Dang.
She was awesome.
Like, give me some of that
Resilient.
vibe.
We actually had to go to a dinner with e.l.f. and Katherine, and shout out e.l.f. We couldn't have done this weekend without you.
No.
The whole weekend I was using the e.l.f. Power Grip primer. It kept my makeup on all
All day. I
and
looked the
night.
same when I got back to the hotel.
I
was
love when that happens.
kinda look better
I
than
like,
me.
or you know, when you're like, when we were at the Coca-Cola 600 and it was like hot, I like checked my phone slightly to be like, okay, what do I look like right now? Expecting obviously the worst because I was
Right.
hot and sweaty, and I'm looking, I'm like,
kind of
not
eating.
too bad. Smell, not too bad.
Eating.
Exactly. And I love that they were all about gripping your elfing power. I love their elfisms. I love their empowering females.
Yeah.
It was just such a good message. Everyone
Yeah.
working at that elf activation was so nice and kind.
Felt
And
confident like around them. Like,
Totally. They actually gave us a code in the slot for 50% off orders, $35 plus with free shipping on elfcosmetics.com. My mom swiped up on my story and was like, what should I get? And I gave her a whole gift guide.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
You know what I
sweet.
really like that I've been using? They dropped new cheek tints.
Yes,
And
I used it today.
Yes, and I like summer. I'm all about the tints because like when you get a little tint, I don't want to like put on that much
No
makeup.
makeup.
And like then too, if it's hot or sweaty, like it's not smudging on your skin.
That was one of my favorite trips we've done.
I literally said that before we even got into all the antics. I was like, guys, what did we get there like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my favorite trip so far.
Yeah, totally.
And it really was such a good, like, it was nice to just get away from Memorial Day weekend, holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Really indulge
See a new
in our
city.
Yeah,
Totally.
it was such a good time.
Charlotte's an interesting city. I like
Very
really, I don't know what I
interesting.
expected, but when I was walking around, I was just like, it's kind of.
Well, I feel like it was a little more suburbia than New York.
Well, we're spoiled with New York. Is what I'm learning. It's like you leave and you're like, oh,
Are
there's
we?
no like New York City. There's everything
I
opens
know.
late. Everything's on the corner. Everything's walkable.
Yeah, like we went out and
Charlotte.
like everything was closed at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, that
like,
was, yeah. Oh,
And
I was
then it
like,
let us post-game longer than-
maybe that's a good sign. Like maybe
Right.
everything should close at 2 a.m. so we should go home and we should
Right.
somehow that we find to make the night into 5 a.m. night.
Yeah, we went to like 4:30 when I'm like, how are we in Charlotte? And it's 4:30.
Yeah.
We were with my cousins. Shout out my cousins. We also went out to a bar and they were like, this is where everyone goes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think it's really funny because Maddie's cousins, it's like Schrader North versus Schrader South.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah, we have like a beef. Not like beef,
No,
but
fake
one
beef.
of my
Yeah.
dad, we're from the north, and then my dad has one brother and he has kids in the south. So like when we come down, we're like, yeah, fucking this and let's do this. And they're like, oh my God, they said fuck. Like they're just a little bit different than us.
Oh, wow.
But it was cool and we'll probably be back. I'm excited to indulge in more NASCAR vibes because now we
Oh.
know.
Yeah, huge NASCAR fan.
Yeah. I really
Like,
liked the stock
When's
cars.
the next race, guys?
Yeah, when's the next? Bring us to the next race. I saw clips of the Indy and I saw the cars that they were driving.
Yeah, they're different.
And
the three-wheelers.
Those are the three. No, they're not three wheels. I thought they were.
No,
Oh.
that's just because,
The box car?
no, it's the stock car, the open wheel car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'm saying.
Indy, I think, is open wheel.
Yeah, and that's
Yes.
the F1, but it's 4
And
tires, not 3. That's a tricycle.
That's what Catherine, I believe,
Yeah.
typically drives in.
Oh, she's so cool.
The camaraderie there. It was just e.l.f. and awesome.
It was Elf and awesome. We
Different
had never.
worlds.
I've never experienced anything like that.
No.
Everybody in
No.
their RVs. We lucked out. We're in Champions Pavilion, so we were inside of the racetrack. We saw everyone in their RVs and their
Yeah.
little setups.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Just delving like into another world and like experiencing and learning all about like so awesome. I mean, all the rules within. I can't do this. Now. I feel like I'm like acting. I don't.
No, it was good.
No, you're good.
I totally think that we learned so much about NASCAR racing, about all the people. Catherine was zooming around on there.
Yeah.
And she was really cool to hear her inside of, I guess it's not the cockpit, but I guess inside of her car, talking to the pit crew.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Ray really likes
I-
having those headphones
I
on.
was having a blast with those freaking headphones on.
Well, without the headphones, it's way too loud, too.
I felt like I was like clocked in to
Yeah.
a shift. Of,
like you were part of the pit crew.
yeah. And then I took them off and I'm like, all right, it's break time.
Yeah, it's break
Time to eat, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear God.
we had
Don't even
good
remind
food.
me. Holy
What was your favorite
shit.
meal of the...
I think the second day was my favorite, but they're totally different cuisines. But the second day, oh my God, it looked insane. When I looked back at the pictures, I'm like, the fact that I ate all of that.
But it was much needed. We were walking around
Oh,
a lot.
yeah.
We were going left and right. And we were treated well by the e.l.f. team.
Yeah.
Shout out e.l.f. for treating us so
Shout
well
out.
this
Shout
weekend.
out.
We got to hang out with all the e.l.f. crew with our Power Grip Primer. Our makeup stayed on all day.
all day after
Sweating.
being just, I don't even know. I don't
Immersing
even-
in the air and the,
Yeah.
and the people and sweating and walking around. And e.l.f. is empowering females, legendary females. And we did that this weekend with Catherine.
They called us legendary females. Did you catch that?
Yeah, legendary.
They called us legendary.
Yes, they commented on my post.
Goated.
Thank you, bestie. I was like, thank you, bestie. All right, now let's get into Aly and AJ. They were so cool and fun to interview. It was literally surreal. I was very nervous this interview. So if you see me stuttering, it's because I was. And
Starstruck.
I felt a little bit starstruck. But they were really cool. And maybe it was because there's 2 of them. I was like, I don't know. But they were awesome.
Intimidated?
Yeah, intimidated by their beauty.
Mm-hmm.
They're going on tour, so definitely go check out their concerts.
I know. I'm really excited.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of In the Slot. I'm Moobie.
I'm smelly.
And I'm Ray.
And as you know, we are all about authenticity and staying true to ourselves and owning our stories as 20-year-olds who are imperfect, but you guys listen every week. And we have 2 guys here that have stayed authentic and true to themselves their whole career in the midst of Hollywood, doing a lot. And that is Aly and AJ. Welcome to In the Slot.
Hi, thanks for having us, you guys.
Thanks for coming on.
So surreal. Seriously.
We're so excited. Like, I guess that leads me into my first question off the bat. Staying authentic in Hollywood, balancing a lot, doing so many things, sisters.
Yeah.
Which
Over
is crazy.
a long period of time.
Yeah.
Many different changes in society, I feel like, throughout of like what's in and what's out. And I feel like you guys have just stayed.
True to yourselves. How do you guys do that within all the mess and all the chaos?
I think it helps we have each other.
Yeah.
Like that's been, I think, the like common denominator throughout all of it is that we have each other and we started this together. And like, yeah, I got you. First time with the mic, guys.
I was like, Allie.
You're like,
She's never used my mic.
never used it before. No, but I don't know. I think it's like, I think being able to do this with your best friend who is experiencing all these like milestones at the same time as you is so unique. And I think that's what's kind of helped us just stay true to ourselves, stay, level-headed, and put the music first, and put like the art first.
Yeah, and I think also, I mean, I know it sounds crazy because we grew up in the industry at such a young age, but we had a really normal upbringing for the most part. I mean, we didn't go to real school. We did for a while and then we were homeschooled, but like in general, like I feel like the way we were raised, the way we were brought up, our parents are super normal. No one else in our family's in the industry. Like we had a very quote unquote normal upbringing for kids in the industry.
Which is nice. It gives that balance of like, oh.
We always talk about like having like a really like close knit, like we call it like your Cheerio of like people around you just to like keep you like cheered up and grounded and stuff. And like some of the
Gotta keep it small like a Cheerio.
Small like
because
a
when you
Cheerio.
have a lot of people around you that may have like bad intentions or they don't know you so well, then it gets all wishy-washy.
Too many cooks.
Totally cooks in the kitchen.
True. Or there's people that like start becoming like your yes people that aren't going to give you like an actually clear opinion because they're worried that they'll upset you. Yeah.
Totally.
You need the tiny and mighty army
Yeah.
that could kick down any wall, come out of
Tiny
any
mighty
Trojan
army.
horse.
So you guys recently came out with this new album that we're obsessed with. I know it's my like walk to work album. It's very like Stevie Nicks vibes. Like I don't know, is that like I love it.
It kind
Alternate.
of it makes me want to like get in a car and like put my windows down and start driving. Specifically, what it feels like reminds me of like. I feel like I'm like in Legally Blonde. I don't know why, and I feel like I'm like going to Harvard Law.
There's a reboot.
Let's get in there.
Get it?
It's a great
on there.
idea. Like Elle Woods.
Yes.
What drew your inspiration for this new album? Can you talk about it a little bit? The whole
I
thing?
mean, we're West Coast kids. We kind of have always had this special relationship with California and the music that has inspired us that's come out of California. And we're Valley kids. We now don't live in the Valley anymore, but like we are born and raised, and when we sought to make this next record, we were really wanting to be intentional about who we made it with, and we were able to produce this record with Jonathan Wilson, who's an amazing artist himself and a producer of a lot of records that we really look up to, with artists like Angel Olsen and Father John Misty and Dawes and Margot Price, and we just shot him a DM and we were like, would you be down to write with us? We're like big fans. No idea if this will get to him, but let's just try it. And then he responded quite quickly afterwards and was like, yeah, I'm totally down to write with you guys. Send me some music. And then we got in the studio, we wrote a few songs. And then he was kind of just like, let's make this record. Let's finish it. He had to go on the road. So when he was back, we got into production. And during the time he was touring, we kind of finished the writing process on our own and worked with some other collaborators. And we figured that we had a full record at this point, and we were like, okay, this is like, we're doing it. At that point I was quite pregnant. So we were trying to figure out the best like time frame to do this record and how we would make it work with me getting bigger every single day. And we kept being like,
struggles.
Yeah. We were like,
How hard is this going to be to sing?
I know. I was like, am I
They're
going to be
trying
out of breath?
A whole new baby in
Yeah.
there.
It's crazy.
But we didn't really have to worry about that because 2 days into the album, he came 2.5 weeks early. So
Wow.
we rushed home, had this beautiful home birth, and then we brought him to the studio after 8 days, and he was just in the studio from that point on, and we finished the record.
That's literally incredible.
It was very cool.
That's wild.
And AJ was holding the fort down while I was in full contractions, and it was
Yeah,
wild.
home
good, Andy,
birth.
right there.
How was a home birth? Like how?
I mean, it was awesome. I feel like anybody is capable of a home birth. It's just, are you willing to mentally psych yourself up that you are capable of doing it. That's literally the only thing. Like there's no special superhuman power behind it. But I had a really great supportive birth team, and my partner is just awesome. And he like read every single book on
the
planet
best.
Earth. Yeah. And AJ was there the whole way, just being so supportive. And then she met him like 2 days after he was born.
Becoming an aunt, was it like surreal? Another one?
So surreal. So my
Pictures
mom
are
and
so
I,
sweet.
we met him the same day. So he was born on a Sunday. We met him on a Tuesday. And I remember we had just finished recording a song that week that was actually written about him before he was born. And so the song's called Dandelions. And there's a lyric in the song that talks about a California poppy seed and representing the life of this child. And there was a California poppy that had sprouted in our producer's yard.
Just got the chills.
It's crazy.
That's beautiful. He's gonna be a musician. Like if he's growing up.
So on Sunday morning, I went over to Jonathan's house. I plucked the flower. I put it in a little vase of water and drove to
She literally
their
brought
house.
it over. She was like, it was so
And I was like,
sweet.
"Here's your first California poppy," and he's like 2 days old. And Allie has the flower, and like it's pressed and
still have
dried.
it. It's dry.
But me and my mom got to meet him together, and it was so special. It really was. And this record has so many, like, just to talk about like influences and kind of the story behind some of the songs. It really is so. It's such a diary to what Allie and I were going through in those 2 years, you know, between Allie's pregnancy and writing Dandelions to then, you know, the mass shooting that we survived, which pertains to the Siren song, to losing one of our dearest friends, which is Michael. Like, you know, the songs really, there's some sad moments, of course, but there's also really uplifting moments like What It Feels Like, where it's like these empowering anthems that I really believe in.
The record's very, like, it has a very feminine energy. I mean, obviously, all of our albums are going to have the perspective of a female just because of being women ourselves. But I think with this album specifically, we really leaned into that and embracing this kind of new relationship as sisters even, you know, now being aunt and mom. Like that's different. But it also hasn't changed anything. It's this really beautiful like growth between, I think, even our closeness.
Just gotten better.
Yeah,
Even
yeah, I
closer.
feel that.
Thing, which is so amazing. I feel like the whole like the album encapsulates so many different emotions that like the vulnerability of it is like, I don't know, that's like why I found it easy to relate to, and like the music and stuff like that. But I also feel like little Jack, like now you're gonna like listen back to this whole album and it's just gonna be like
that's so special.
his like birthing and everything.
Yeah.
He's like, Mom, like I want to come out. I want to
Yeah,
be there
I
when
want
we're
to be there.
producing.
That's what AJ kept saying.
Yeah.
She's like, I think he just wanted to be here.
Yeah, he's like hearing all the music.
He was
and he's
hearing
like-
it all the time.
Yeah.
Do you see any young signs of him like tapping on the, like finding the beat? Because there's like babies that all of a sudden have like drums.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, he's definitely like, he's coordinated with the drums. Like he's now like, he has 2 mallets and he'll just kind of go boom, boom,
Wow.
boom, boom. But like, you know, he's still a baby. He's 13 months.
Yeah.
And also like, if he's into music, amazing. If not, that's fine too. I mean, it would be great if he had like decent pitch. Like that would be awesome.
Bonus.
But like, this doesn't have to be his career. You know, if he wants to be something wildly different and some other, we would welcome that. I would totally welcome it.
So
Another question I have is,
Oh, yeah. No, you're fine.
I was gonna say, so we're from like the East Coast. So when you guys were talking about how you grew up in the Valley and like Valley kids, like what does
Like, what does that consist
Yeah,
of?
what
Yeah,
does that
what's the
consist-
difference between
Yeah.
biggest difference between East and West and living? Because I heard some stories that you came over to the East Coast like when you were young, right? Like
Pacific Northwest. So we were in Seattle for 7 years
Oh,
as
okay.
kids,
Cool.
and then moved back to LA. But we were born in LA.
oh, cool.
You know, the East Coast versus West Coast, I don't know enough about like what the Valley version of the East Coast side would be. But Valley for the West Coast version, like living in California in the San Fernando Valley is like, you know, you're going to malls, you're going to Johnny Rockets, you're there's
Skateboarding.
cute skateboarders every night. It's like hot California summer air. It's probably not that
Yeah.
different.
It's slushies. It's, you know, it's like, it's that,
Yeah.
it's those vibes.
It was really a cool childhood.
palm
Like we
trees.
grew up in the Valley and it was
Palm
yeah,
trees.
lots of
Yeah.
palm trees.
like hotter.
Super chill.
Going to the beach.
A lot of girls that are like totally, but like
Yeah.
that's also not
Valley
really
talk.
the case. Like,
But you
although
guys
I
don't
just
have.
did it.
No, you don't have.
We don't have that.
That is so fun. Like, can I dive into the past of,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
growing up on Disney? You had Phil, you had all that. I mean, I don't know if you're growing up, but when you got those big roles, was it crazy? So tell me a little bit about like that young moment.
I mean, it felt like a big deal when I booked that show, like for sure,
Totally a
because
big
at
deal.
that point we were watching the channel, so we were fans.
Yeah.
And we had like favorite shows and movies that we watched. So I think I knew like, oh, this is really
Big
cool.
Even Stevens fans.
We were
Oh
big
my
Even
gosh,
Stevens
my
fans
favorite.
growing up, and I mean, it's funny. There's a lot of, we talk about this a lot, like how there's these kind of like black holes in our memory. Not because of trauma necessarily, although maybe there's some in there, but just because of, I like to think it's not that. I think more because of just like time. You know, it's been almost 20 years since, it's hard to remember all those moments in 20 years, but there's certain things that I do remember really specifically. Like I remember my screen test for Phil of the Future, and I remember meeting Raviv at the screen test. And
Or Ricky.
Yeah, or Ricky, I guess how he went, when he went by. But you know, the first couple years of just being on the channel was like a whirlwind because we were doing so many things and events on the weekend at Disneyland or some pop-up thing or a red carpet. And it felt very exciting. I mean, I was 13 when I booked the show, and then when we started filming it, I was 14.
Wow.
So I was a baby, you know?
It's a big deal. And
I
then
just got my braces off, you know? Like I was little.
No, it's wild.
I was like, I need to book this role.
Totally.
Please don't.
And then doing cowbells together. I mean, we didn't
Cowbells.
take any of it for granted. Like we were like, wow, this is like a moment. Like we got to premiere the movie with Hannah Montana, and we had this whole premiere night with Miley, and like that was a very kind of sweet moment that's forever stamped in our childhood. Like there's some big moments for sure.
Did you guys know that you were in such an iconic era of Disney when you were a part of it? Like all the people around you, Joe Jonas' first kiss. That's pretty crazy.
I don't think in the moment we knew like, oh, this is an iconic moment.
I'm like,
you guys know how
iconic it was?
we're gonna be future icons, right?
It's incredible.
No,
But like,
no.
I don't know, like surrounded by all these.
Totally. No, I get what you're saying. Like I definitely think like the night of cowbells and Hannah Montana and like thank you all, how like big those premieres were. Like we definitely knew like, oh, this is important. Like this is like a huge night for Disney Channel. It's like a big premiere night. So we knew those moments, but I never knew like, I don't think we ever looked at it like, wow, the future's gonna really tell this story.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You just don't ever think of those things when you're a kid.
No.
I don't. But
No, you're just kind of like in the moment, and you're just trying to just get through it, you know?
Totally.
And honestly, a lot of the memories are very sweet and wholesome because we were literally children. It was us, you know, like opening up like a ride at Disney World, and we were just so excited that we could go on the ride 5 times in a row. you know?
we got to open
very
up.
wholesome.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Expedition
so
Everest.
Expedition
cool.
Everest. We were the first ones to ride
No
it.
way.
Yeah.
That's literally like the best
It's really good.
ride of all time.
It's still there, right?
It's still there, yeah.
Do you like that
I
ride?
think they're thinking about it. It's really cool because you get to go up this thing and you're like, oh no, you think like the ride breaks, and then all of a sudden like the Yeti comes down and he's like,
And it goes back.
yeah, and it goes
God.
backwards and you like grab
your
it, like,
ride.
a picture and you're like, shoot, I didn't pose.
Totally.
Yeah, so basically that's our ride.
So
That we
awesome.
premiered that ride.
That's
That
so
was
much
a
fun.
really big deal.
That's a big deal.
So fun.
That's so much fun. I love that.
They don't make it easy to buy concert tickets these days. You got to sign up for the pre-sale, get in the queue, and by the time you get through, the best seats are gone. Going to a concert should be about the show itself and not waiting in a virtual line for hours on end.
Lucky for me, I always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to the show.
I was actually looking on Game Time for some shows this summer, and you can go see Aly and AJ under 100, Rufus the
Our
Soul
girls.
under 200, and I'm really, really excited for that this upcoming season. So what are you waiting for? I'm gonna buy those concert tickets right now.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SLOT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code SLOT, that's SLOT, for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it?
Game time.
I just think you guys are the coolest in that.
Yeah, I'm kind of like starstruck right now, honestly. That's kind of why. No, I mean, it's just crazy because like when I was younger, like I would go home and just like sit on the couch and the song would come on and like me and my mom, we'd watch like, you know when it would cut on Disney Channel and it would do like the music video?
Yeah. It
My
would be
mom
like a commercial break, but it'd be a
Yeah,
video.
my mom would come out of the room and like we'd both be dancing for a minute and then we'd like just go about our day. Like it was
so
just
cute.
I mean, it's really cute.
Just had to say
it's
that.
not like that
I
anymore.
love that
It's
to have those
different.
moments with
Yeah.
your mom. Like that's so special.
I know.
Like I love
so
it.
I have like a good memory.
Did you ever go to a show with your parents? Like, did you guys ever go to a live show when we were all children?
I think
When you're all
we were all,
five.
we're all hanging out.
I remember
You guys were 6 and we were 10, I guess.
We're 3.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Totally.
Was there any, was the heartbreak, was that about a man? Was there any tea behind that?
No,
it's not
that's the
about
funniest
someone.
part is
What?
that
I
was
know.
fully fictional.
I was just like you guys
Made
are
up in your
thinking
head?
of
Yeah. It was
I
like,
do that a
what
lot.
if this guy forgot your birthday? And like, what if he like wouldn't give your stuff back?
How messed up would that be?
We were all singing it as if.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But
Yeah,
at that time,
Yeah.
we were so young. We were, I think when we wrote Potential Breakup Song, we were 17 and 15, which is like, there's not that much life experience happening. It's not nothing.
There's something, but
But there's been maybe a couple heartbreaks or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that one, I actually do remember us writing that song, which is funny.
I remember writing it well, for sure, but definitely not about someone.
You guys are setting the standards though for men. I'm like, oh, if you're not gonna wish
Yeah,
me
that's
happy
good. Maybe we
birthday-
gave some girls some extra.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
did.
not coming until you're
Yeah.
done with me.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm writing this down, and I'm like, I gotta ask you a few questions first.
totally.
sir,
The guy's
before
like,
we-
what?
Yeah.
Right. Still using that song today too.
Give me a quick
It's
second
crazy.
here.
That is so fun. So where are you guys headed to next?
Yeah, you
on
guys
this
have a
whole
big
tour?
tour coming up,
What's
right?
the
Like
big tour coming
32
up.
cities.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
see us on the road.
Are you
Yeah.
come
see us.
Yes,
like,
100%.
Go
I
back
would
on
love
tour
to.
life?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
we love it. We're
Yeah.
addicted to tour
Oh,
life.
really?
We love it.
Yeah,
We've
I
never
love
done it with a baby, but
Never
we're
done it with a
excited.
baby, so you
Are
know.
you nervous about that to do with the baby?
No, I think it's gonna be manageable. I think it'll help that we'll have some help with us. My husband will be out with us.
Okay, perfect.
His sister is gonna come and do I think a couple weeks too, which
We
is
get some auntie
amazing.
time, which
Oh,
is cool.
that's
AJ
great.
will be
I
there.
love
Like
her,
it,
yeah.
I think it'll work. But we might be extra fried at the end, you know, where we're like, wow, I really needed a vacation. But we love playing shows, and we've really always loved it, like from day one. I think you're kind of either that artist that's like down to tour and grind, or you're kind of like not for me, which is totally fair. It's not for everyone. But I think because we started at such a young age and we associate so many positive memories with being out on the road, that when we go out, it's like
It's almost like muscle
we're
memory.
home.
Yeah, and it's a part of our upbringing too,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But I love it. So it'll be September, October, November, and we're playing Terminal 5 in New York on October 17th.
We have to
You
go.
guys have to come.
Okay, we're gonna go.
And we're
Tickets
playing,
are on
like
sale
we're
now.
playing a ton of songs. I mean, we always pack our sets with a lot of music, but like specifically this one, we're trying to kind of level up the production value and
All of
just
it, yeah.
like what we're singing
Yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
it's 20 years. That
20 years.
that
the
Into
first
the
record
Rush
came out.
It's
has been out
crazy.
in August. It'll be 20, which is nuts. So we're gonna play more songs than we usually do from that.
That's
album.
so much
Yay.
fun.
Well, if you're listening, go see them. Obviously, on
I will
tour.
be there.
And you guys will be front center.
Oh, perfect.
Well, you guys have an easy hookup. You guys can just do that.
Don't take photos, hang out.
And what I like love about it too is that you are always together, and I feel like you said, doing a tour with your sister is so fun. Like we all have sisters, actually, besides Ray.
Yep. Thanks.
Me and Kelly.
Yeah. Thanks for
But
reminding me.
we love
God,
the
her
sibling
slot sister.
bond.
The loser
That
over here.
must be so much fun. Always someone who knows you so well.
Yeah.
Doing it with the one you love.
100%.
No, it's true.
And you get to have that like core experience together and be
Yeah.
like, remember that time?
And our bunk beds are directly across from each other, so we can like reach out and
Or like you can tell
After
stories
childhood.
and she'll just get it. Like sometimes I'll tell a story to my sister and like she doesn't know the Barstool world or who lives here, and like I have to like
There's maybe
go
a little
back and
disconnect.
explain.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so you can just be like, yeah, Joe Schmo not
Right.
being the best.
right.
Do you guys find yourself fighting ever or get butting heads?
Oh,
We
yeah.
definitely fight.
Really? For sure.
Yeah. I mean, we're not perfect by any means. We're just very close, but like we still fight. I mean, there's nothing usually that's like monumental that lasts very long. It's very like quick. You know, like, an argument and then we're done.
Yeah.
You know, we don't let anything
You don't like
really
to
linger.
fight.
We don't like to.
No, we're not like
we're not
I don't get
fighters.
there's
that
no like
energy. I'm just
silence,
curious.
you know, like silent treatment for
Yeah.
24 hours. It's actually very hard for us if we're actually really mad at each other.
To stay mad.
To
Me and
stay
my
mad.
sister, when we fight, it's like the same thing. Like we'll fight, and then like I'll go like into my room to like go get something, and we come back out. I'm like, okay, you want to go get coffee now?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it
yeah.
didn't
No, totally.
even happen.
Totally. That's us.
Were there any moments where you guys were competing for roles or like got a little competitive? Because I know my sister ticks me off and I'm like, I want to beat you. Like those moments, you know, of like, okay, back off.
No, I mean, I think when we were younger, we used to audition for a lot of the same roles because I think we looked more alike. We were both blonde, like. But then as we got older, like I feel like we've now really defined who we are as actors, which is very different from each other. So we don't really go out for the same things anymore. And if we did, I don't think it'd be a problem.
Yeah, same.
However, if there was something that one of us was like really in love with and was like, I feel really right for this, the other one would probably just be like, cool, go get it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, totally.
But at the end of the day, I don't ever feel like one of us has to bow out. It's like it's never going to be between the two of us.
Yeah,
It never
we're
has
too
been.
different. I mean, maybe if AJ was like on Alone and she was like, I'm gonna make it to the end.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, on the series?
Like on the series.
Oh, girl. I'd never make the auditioning process.
I mean, I probably wouldn't either, but like maybe
These
that would
are-
be the only time we'd be
These are
competitive.
professional survivalists.
I know,
These are
I
people
know.
that live off the grid and do
AJ's
this for a living.
obsessed with
I'm
this.
obsessed with Alone.
Have you guys seen it? Alone?
on the History Channel?
No. Wait, is when they get dropped off?
Yes.
Wait, yes, I've seen that.
She's
It's
saying
crazy.
we'd be
My
competitive
God.
on that
Oh,
show, but
yeah.
I'd never make it to the show.
They literally
Like
get
you have
dropped
to be
off.
Yeah, they get dropped off in the wilderness.
Aly and AJ alone.
Alone.
Yeah.
Season
Honestly,
13.
Hey, triple A,
us doing
baby.
it together would be like a comedy show.
Yeah.
We'd
because
still lose.
We would,
as
we
two.
would lose.
Help you
really
guys
bad.
get to the end, and then
And they
all
have
of a
no
sudden it's like the
resources.
final.
Totally.
Like you
Yeah.
don't know
Yes,
when the next
you bring
person.
10 items.
Yeah.
You don't know who else is there. They're
never
all
seen this.
10 dropped off in
in
very different
very,
locations.
I mean, it's very remote.
It's usually in
terrain.
Canada. This year's in South Africa.
Oh,
Wait, I do know this. Oh, I
Yeah, and they're alone.
I don't know if I
They-
can
and
repeat
so
all
they
I
shoot.
know
They
is going
shoot
on
it. They have like pelicans that they bring, and they're shooting it on camera, and they're taping it, they're recording it. Like they don't. There's no crew.
Don't you have to like train for this too?
Yeah,
Like you have
yeah.
to,
and most of them
really
live
train?
off the grid and like do
So
this like all the
crazy.
time.
and they all
Yeah,
drop
and
like
there's a
crazy weight
prize.
because of not having like
There's a prize at the
proper
end.
food. Yeah.
And you have
Yeah.
to sign waivers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Okay, I've
Yeah,
heard
you
of
might
that.
That's my
die
worst
if no one
nightmare.
has.
But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
you might die. No one has, but you still go.
And then what if you do?
hope
Then
for the
what?
best.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know.
The series ends.
Yeah,
Watch it. Watch season 7.
Okay,
That's amazing.
now I'm curious.
So are you big on like surviving then too, or just
No,
alone?
AJ's not a survivor.
Not at all, actually.
No interest.
I mean, I want to. I love surviving.
Yeah. Maddie was on Surviving Barstool. She had to do this, like, it was a version of Survivor, except it was like all the employees in the office, and like they did like
mental
Survivor.
warfare.
Wait, that's hilarious.
Is it hard?
It was hard, and I was new to the company, just graduated college, and they're like, Dave is like, hey, you want to play this game? I'm like, sure, can't say no to the boss. Okay, I cried like 400 times. Not like
Yeah.
sad, but very.
It's just,
I'm
like,
not good
scary
with the
'cause it's, like,
lying and
yeah.
deceit
Right,
of it.
right.
can't
It was.
do
It
that.
was
No.
emotionally.
Can't keep up with the line.
I was like, oh, that's a fake idol. No one told me.
I was there for like
Great.
moral support, and I'm like, have like a glass of red wine. I'm like, you got this, man.
It's like real. Like, yeah, people are drinking and giggling. It cuts to me. I'm like, yeah, drinking it back.
That's hilarious. It's your own version of the line.
yeah,
Totally.
It was funny though.
were you gonna
I was just gonna say, when you're like writing these songs and like planning all this production, like, is one of you more type A and one more type B? Or are you guys both like type B? Like, I think like my sister, she's type B, but like I'm also very type B-ish, or like I'm just like very chill. So like,
interesting.
Like,
she'll
who takes
make
the
more
lead?
decisions because like I'm like cool
Yeah.
with whatever. But like, how does that
We're
dynamic?
both type A.
We're
so
both
it's,
type A,
It's hard
and-
because
yeah.
we're very like, I want to be in control. No, I want to be in control.
Yeah.
Well, let's both be in control at the same
Yeah.
time. It's like
and
very
like
I push the button.
and I feel like in sessions when we know that like a session is going great, we're just like stoked and we're like, great, okay, we're gonna walk away with a great song today. And then when it's not going great, we both are kind of looking at each other like, that's a dud today. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah,
right,
and like we both know, like we both check in with each other, kind of like we have another 3 hours of the session. Like some magic better start to hit because it ain't happening right now. It's
true.
And sometimes it does, and then sometimes it doesn't. So we're kind of type A though. We're like controlling, but in a nice
Different
way.
ways.
Yeah.
We're both Aries.
We're Aries.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Aries.
We're both
Fire
in that.
sign.
Oh
And
yeah.
Leo.
Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Our dad's a Leo.
Oh, great.
Are you guys into astrology like that or what?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
think
appreciate it.
What's your big threes?
Do you guys know that?
Oh, wait, I have to look it up.
Yeah.
That's okay.
My
You
rising
can.
and my moon.
Yeah.
Oh. Aries, Cancer.
Okay.
The third one I
I'm
can't remember.
Aries, Taurus,
Michaela just did
Gemini.
this.
Ooh.
Oh, you are?
Ooh.
Michaela just did this for me.
Yeah.
Love that.
There was
I'm
I always
Aries,
slip.
Cancer, and I can't remember the third one.
Okay,
Those are
so
both great.
Gemini's your like emotions, right?
Yeah.
Your
It's like
moon.
how you're
Yeah.
perceived and how people perceive you,
Right,
or
right,
you
right.
perceive
Okay.
yourself.
I
Right.
can see that.
Well, what is your son? What sign is he?
He was going to be an Aries.
but he was Taurus by like a
cut.
matter of
Day.
like 7 hours.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
funny.
Have you noticed
He's
any
kind of cusp.
Taurus qualities? I'm a cusp.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
I mean, I don't
We
know,
love a cusp.
I don't know if I know enough about Taurus personalities.
I don't either.
But like, he's a great kid. He sleeps well. Is that Taurus?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
Great
I think
sleeper.
it is.
Yeah.
His sleeping patterns are good.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you like acting or singing better? Is that like the classic question? Like, what do you prefer to do, or both? Obviously, but
I mean, I do love both, but singing is like our home. You know, it's like I love
Yeah.
being on stage. I love performing music. I love acting as well in film and TV, but I'd rather be on stage touring.
love.
I think the reason why there's like it's slightly ahead of the acting possibly is because I think we have more creative control in the
true.
music process.
Aries.
Aries, as
Or
opposed to
type A
like
control.
a project, you do the project, it's out of your hands after that. Like the editing, the trailer, like how they cut it, how they promote it. That's not anything that we're involved with. So you really have to kind of let yourself, you almost have to look at the project like, did I have fun making the project? And how it turned out is like its own miracle if it's good, you know?
Exactly.
Whereas with the music, we're in the driver's seat, you know, we're like approving the merch designs, we're approving the font, we're improving the graphics, the mix, you know, the band that's playing, like everything.
that's
Which feels really gratifying.
That's so much fun.
That's how it
Especially like
should
looking
be.
back on, it's like
Totally.
I did that. Like
so
that's
much.
all me.
Totally.
Right
And then
there.
sometimes you're
Exactly.
like, I did that and that was really not the best choice. And you're like, well, hopefully we learn for the next cycle.
It's always about the learning. I'm always about like, it's all right. I could fall down a little, just as long as I get back up.
Exactly.
Make sure
Learn
I'm not
from it.
repeating
Yeah.
that.
What do you think your biggest learning moment was in your career thus
yeah.
far?
I'm like, or just one that maybe stands out. Yeah. Most particular.
Us stopping touring and like realizing that we should have just kept going that whole time.
Yeah, we
talk
took a
about
long
this.
break from touring, and we were like, "Gosh, it's such a shame because we could have just kept going and going and going, and the touring career now would be like so different." You know what I mean? It's like if you'd never stopped, it's like how many years would we now have under our belt? But in a way, I'm like, it was so meant to be that we stopped because I don't think we'd be making the music we are now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
but that would be my
I
one
believe
regret
that.
is don't stop playing live.
I think that we wouldn't be where we are musically if it wasn't for us kind of taking a step back and reassessing how we looked at the band and how we wanted to be perceived as a band and like the sound of the band, because it's definitely changed over the years. You know, if you're a teenager, obviously your taste is going to change in your music and how you dress, everything. So that was like a major growing pain for us, was to figure that out. Like, who are we now as women, as, you know, as young adults in this space and in rock music specifically, because of coming up in pop and then kind of evolving to where we are now. So I think that was I think you're right. That was maybe our greatest regret was stopping,
Just like stepping out.
stepping away from touring.
Yeah.
And why did you stop, if you don't mind me asking?
No, not at all. I think we just were very unsure of where the music was heading. You know, we were so young when we made those first 3 records with Hollywood Records, and the acting was taking off at that moment as well. And the music, we had recorded these 2 albums that never came out. We changed our band name. We were like, what are we going to do in our 20s? How do we want to be perceived? We've already released these albums as teens. So there was some confusion
Very
there.
huge transitioning period.
Yeah,
where you were
huge.
just like,
And
what are
then
we
it's
doing?
like 1 year becomes 2 and 2. I mean, I don't even know
Yeah,
how
and
we
then you're
got
like,
to
oh my
10.
gosh, now it's been 10 years since we've stepped away, even though we had been writing and we were making music.
we
but
never
weren't,
stopped.
We weren't like actively out there though,
Right.
in that way. It was just doing our own acting projects, which also I think took up our time. So we were like, okay, well, we're making money as actors, and that's been fulfilling and great.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, the music just kept kind of calling back to us, and people kept being like, I can't believe you guys aren't doing music still. And then we'd look at each other like, yeah, that is weird. Why aren't we?
I wish
such
there
a
was
good
like
sign.
one reason, one
Yeah.
incident that would just changed it all. But it's like I don't even have a good answer.
I mean,
for it.
that's sort of is. That's, Sorry. That,
Yeah, they are hard. They are hard. Yeah.
I mean, that's what our pod is all about. Sort of, we sit down and we're like, all right, what's this transitional period is kind of crazy. What's happening? What are we
Right.
doing? You know,
constantly feel, but that's a healthy thing. That means that, you know, your wheels are turning and you're waiting for the next best thing to happen, and then you fall into it. Like
And I
you
feel
do.
like too that like your music kept calling back to you, like was such a sign to go back. Like my rule always when I'm shopping is like if I don't want to buy like a certain item, but I'm thinking about it like later, then like
I mean, then it's like you really, that's good.
Yeah.
We honestly, we've done some shopping in New York, and we should have done that rule, but instead we went into the shop, bought a bunch of stuff, and then afterwards went, did we kind of spend too much money in that shop?
We felt
And
bad.
Should we return some? Then we
shops are
looked, and
good.
it was like, can only return in store. Can't do it online. We were like, well,
we
we're
didn't
just
want to
stuck
show
with these
ourselves
items.
the next day.
It's the worst.
I was
point.
like, no,
You can't.
it's shame.
It's
I was
embarrassing.
shameful.
I'd always rather eat it. I'd
Same,
always rather
same,
eat it
same.
at that point. Like I guess just no shopping for the next few
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
But shout out to Sporty and Rich because that's where we went.
That's where we
and
went.
We got some
And
good
we got some
stuff.
really cute
We were
shit.
like, we're not returning any of this. We just felt guilt.
yeah, guilt
have to
or
tell
shopper's
yourself,
guilt, the worst.
Shopper's
And then you talk about it like, oh, but I'll wear that.
No,
then.
I know,
I know,
100%.
I'm all like, I have to talk about it and make people be like, yeah, it's great. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, it's great.
My husband's like in the car going, okay, yeah, I guess you can wear these pieces on tour. Yeah, sweats and a sweatshirt. Great, guys. You know?
Totally. But it is perfect because it's all like athleisure. Like, you know, the brand.
totally.
It's like
It
so
is.
comfy. And I was like, we can get workout gear and we can get these sweatsuit for the tour bus. Like, it all makes so much sense.
Right.
Athleisure is like every brand. I feel like these days, sweatpants, sweatshirt, and I'm like, it's a set, and it's from it's a nice set.
If I'm not in jeans, then I'm in some kind of athleisure wear. It's one or the other.
I'm always comfortable.
Makes sense.
Always. I feel like that's also got to be like such a fun, like now, like coming back, like you have more say in like what you guys get to wear on in all your like out like music videos and on tour and stuff, like is that like all in your guys' control
all us
now?
Yeah,
Like, that's so
wardrobe,
much
hair,
fun.
makeup, merch, artwork, the cover design, all of it.
It's the best.
It's all
That's
us.
how it really should be.
There's no like hierarchy that we have to go through and being like, hey, is this allowed?
I mean, it's not
you know?
all us. It's an amazing group of people,
Yeah.
but it's all our like decision making.
Yeah, and they're kind of like, well, if Aly and AJ approve it, then it's something that we'll just go on to the next level, and then it's off the table for us, which feels great when you look at that product and you go, wow, we really did make the right choice. Like the album cover looks sick,
That's awesome. Gotta be such a good
so
feeling.
good.
We were
Final
also
say.
talking about earlier. I loved the curls in your hair.
Yeah, and
like,
your hair is stunning.
And was that
It's so beautiful.
Was that like did your parents, did AJ tell you like to make sure you keep your curly hair? Because I feel like a lot of people would like straighten their hair.
They straighten their curly
and
hair.
Yeah,
stuff.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is if I think of growing up, I didn't have like curly hair. I had like wavy hair, right? Like it had a natural wave, and I always liked it for whatever reason. And I would try to enhance it, and I would like use the diffuser and like try to get it, wavier
Scrunch.
and curlier. Yeah. So I've actually never been the person that's been anti my waves, which is funny because I feel like people that are curly want to go straight, and people that are straight really want curly.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
You
for
never
whatever
really went
reason-
through a straightening
I
period.
never went through a straightening period.
That's great.
But my hair now has just gotten like insanely long because of prenatals, I think. Like
Yeah.
that's the I think because my
that'll
hair's
do
never
it.
been this
Was
long.
that the
in my life.
biggest
Wild long.
difference? Your hair, or like did you like your nails get stronger?
I think hair that was I think that was probably the most like obvious change when you say age, besides just like having a ginormous bump that like could only fit into like a certain pair of pants at a certain point,
I think most of your kids, like all of a sudden you're just like going around and you're like look down. And
No, it was weird. Like,
out of
well, no,
nowhere.
because at first you can kind of conceal it and like nobody really knows, and it looks like maybe just like you're on your period, or maybe you had a full meal.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no, now that's a
now
baby.
it's a bump.
That's
That's a
an
baby.
actual bump.
Yeah.
That's a bump.
What has motherhood taught you in these 12 months of having a son, you think, the most? I mean, obviously a lot.
It's I think the thing that's number one is the like childlike sense of joy and wonder. And he's still so little, like he's one. So it's only going to get better, once he can like say full sentences and walk over to me and say, I love you, Mom. Which is going to be just so epic. But I think just his little joy, like he's so happy all the time. It kind of makes you have no choice but to be in a happy mood yourself. You're like, okay, I guess I'm stoked today as well.
Yeah, 100%. Today I saw like a group of kids this morning just walking on the street, and there were preschoolers that were in a class, and they're all like holding on.
They're
It
on
was
like
so
a
cute.
leash and you're
Yeah, it's the cutest thing, and like I loved it so much. And then the teacher's like, all right, guys, like let's see if we can see another taxi, and like they're all like another yellow cab, and they're all
so
jumping up and down.
cute.
Meanwhile, I'm like,
City
there's
kids.
100 yellow cabs.
totally.
Like that's what the city's all known for, and like
how
they're so
honest
excited.
our
stoked.
excitement is.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I know.
so
It's a
feel
good
you
reminder
guys.
to like bring that back to even our like adult life a little bit in certain ways, like if that one thing brings you joy that is a childlike experience, then we should be doing that and interacting with it more. I think that's a really
100%.
beautiful
I feel
thing.
like I get like that with my niece and nephew, and which I've never felt like that before. And as an aunt, and you're an aunt, I feel like it makes you, I don't even know, appreciate their mood, and then like you said, it brings you up. So
Totally.
Yeah.
I think it's
Totally.
How old are they?
They just turned 2.
Oh, twins.
No, they're 2 weeks apart.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Ilo
Irish
and Maisie.
twins.
Yes,
So cute.
they are the best
Precious.
ever. But they're just like the happiest kids ever, and I'm like, I can't even be like sad around you right now. Like I have to force myself.
They'll like take you
Yeah.
out of a bad mood
And
instantly.
they do, and now they like because they can talk now, and once they can talk, they say your name and stuff like that.
AJ's gonna freak when he says like Auntie AJ.
The
can't
best
wait.
That's
ever.
so cute.
It's the best.
I have an
Auntie
nephew
A.
too.
Auntie A. Auntie A. Auntie Amanda.
So cute.
It's gonna be crazy too, like when all of a sudden you guys are like showing them, and you're like, and this was Mom and Aunt AJ when we were younger. This was the first. You like literally had to sit him down and show like a whole like eras movie of like
Yes.
your guys' career.
Yeah.
So it was like a
Possessing
slideshow.
cowbells.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
okay.
I don't care.
You're like, and this is
like
in,
cowbells.
in the rush, and we collected all this sand from all these
all these
Canada.
different spots.
I was actually crying laughing. I
funny.
watched that clip
One of
recently.
them's from Canada.
Yeah, just like Canada. Was,
I
like,
know, it's
sand
so
in it.
weird
It's
and-
so
You know
funny.
what though? A lot of
totally
sand
get
in
that.
Canada.
Yeah.
Go
Sure,
to,
there's
go
still
to
beaches.
Fictional, there's beaches everywhere.
You're right. Vancouver has
And
some great beaches.
you're
Vancouver has
raising
great
awareness to it.
We are.
There are beaches in
Doing our duty.
Canada. Yes.
That's right.
Thank God.
Exactly.
Right, I have a Disney question. So this is what I was always curious about. What does the behind the scenes look like when you're drawing the ears with the wand? Like, what does that? Do you just go like this and then they do?
No, you follow something.
Was there
right?
a lot of people there doing it too with you, or is it like your moment?
Separate.
No, it was separate. It was like separate shoot days of like you're
never
doing
got to do
press
it.
for the show.
Really? What?
It was only for the people I think
ridiculous.
that were on series.
Yeah.
Right? I'm pretty sure.
Well,
maybe
Disney
Maybe.
messed
Maybe.
up.
I know.
But they have like a little cutout of the Mickey Mouse ears that you're supposed to follow,
No.
and you're on a green screen.
And then you go.
So they just are like, okay, follow the ears. But yeah, I think I wore like blue, like baby blue eyeshadow that day to the set, thinking I look so cool.
Oh,
and
hell
I
yeah.
rode in a limousine, and I was like,
In a limousine.
in a limousine. I was
I'm
like,
here to
yeah.
draw those ears, baby.
Yeah.
I remember like that makes so much sense. And like I don't know, when I was younger, like I thought like they would just have you freehand it, and I would like watch so closely and be like, I don't
then
think
and
that
we'd
guy
be
made
doing
the
it
ears
back.
at all. and
Yeah.
I don't think. I
Some
think there's
people don't
something
put their
on-
back into
yeah,
it all the way.
I don't-
But there was a little figure that you could follow. Allie was into it. She's an artist.
I was
she
very
draws. She was like,
Yeah.
I gotta follow this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Do you draw like?
And pink.
No, nothing
She
serious.
used. I mean, no, but you're really good.
But I like little doodles and sketches.
She would
and-
sketch little cute girls and like I don't know. You would
That's
always
still
do
a
these. She couldn't do hands, so you'd always have the hands behind her back.
I never could do hands. That is
She
very
would do this
true.
thing where their arms would always look like they were crossing them behind their back, so that you could avoid hands. It was really smart.
cover it
But
up.
they were cute.
Yeah.
She is a big fan. She's the #1 fan.
I'm a fan
Yeah.
of her art. No one has really seen it, but it's great.
That's awesome. I love that.
Do you guys? What were your guys like pre-show? Because you love touring so much. Did you have like any pre-show rituals or things that you would go
A long
to?
ass handshake.
Really?
We used to have a handshake
Yeah.
that was like
Like 10 minutes.
You still
long.
got that down.
So not that long.
10 minutes long.
Like 3 minutes.
No, not even.
2.
No, it wouldn't even be that
30
long.
seconds.
It would be like a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. You love how I had to correct her that many
Okay.
times. There's no way we did a handshake that
No,
lasted
you're right,
that
you're right.
long.
No, I
but,
bet that's-
we
She's
did
trying
it.
to create the picture of how long
She
it
is.
was.
She is. She is. We did it really fast, but it was multiple things in one. So it would be like this. 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 It was like so ridiculous. It was like a bad routine. And then we were like, this is taking too long, and we can't do this.
You're like, I'm
So
not
we
hungry.
cut it down to 3 little moves that we do before every show, and that's
What is it?
Can you guys do
Can you do it or no?
We can do it. It's this, and it's this. And they each mean something. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
What is it?
But they each.
I love like.
I don't think we can say.
Okay,
We
don't
can't say.
it.
Okay,
We've never said.
Sacred.
You can say though in the slot maybe.
You're like,
Well, we did show you guys what they are, which we don't ever show anyone.
We're special.
We're gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
Or actually,
Hell
we'll
yeah.
let's do
No,
it.
you
Yeah.
guys
We'll
Good
steal
luck.
your mojo.
No, you can take it. You're gonna be like, what was it again? It was weird. And then we like pray before show and like
Absolutely.
hang out with the band and cheers a little tequila shot and go on stage.
Hell
yeah.
Tequila gets it done. Is that your guys' drink of choice?
Yeah.
Usually, pre-show.
Just a tiny.
Just a little bit. Sometimes there's been shows where we've had a little too much. Then I'm like, whoa, the first like 6, 7 songs.
We're
I'm like,
lightweights.
damn.
So yeah.
Does that sober you up quick? You're like,
another thing
whoa,
is-
there's a crowd in front of me.
Kind of, yeah.
Totally.
You also like sing the first note, and you're like a little off, and you're like, oh.
Strum the first chord. You're like,
Like, do you
It's
guys-
actually impressive to me that there's people that can get like quite wasted and play a full show. I'm always like, what?
pronunciate
Like that's
the
almost
words.
impressive, honestly.
Yeah, that is.
Honestly.
Do you guys still get nervous? Like even we've had guests before, and like you guys walk in, I was like, ah. Like, do you have nerves still getting out there or talking to people, or just I feel like it wouldn't be
Not really. The first
No,
night
it's
of a
weird.
tour, maybe we are a little nervous. Like the first couple
I'll get
nights.
excited. I'll get like the butterflies of like, oh my gosh, first song. And then once the first song's over, we're like, we're in it.
Because you're in
But
it.
it's never nerves. It's weird. It's like, it is pure adrenaline. It's just excitement. Like the Greek was a huge deal for us in LA. So that was different because that was like hometown show. I definitely felt it. But
Yeah.
it was like one song and you're like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Is
Totally.
it like when you're gonna go on tour and stuff? Like, do you have to like keep up your cardio and stuff? I feel like I would be so tired. Like after the show, like when you're up there and stuff. Like, are you ever like look over to?
Oh,
AJ?
yeah.
Can you carry this note right now?
There are
Like,
moments where
I
we're
need a
like,
second to
oh
back.
my gosh.
Sometimes it's because of the heat. Like that more than anything will just take you out if you're like, damn, this is like a hot
Sweating.
venue.
I mean, it's interesting. Once you're on the road and you're playing that many shows, your cardio upkeep is the show.
Yeah.
So like nightly doing that, you're actually like really in a groove and pretty in shape. It's getting ready for the tour beforehand. So to me, it's all about the cardio prep before we go out. I'm not great at maintaining it.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
I don't think any
But
of us
getting
are.
ready for it in the initial step is like important just to get yourself in shape.
Right.
Yeah. I remember when Taylor Swift was talking about like her tour, like she was saying like she would run on the treadmill.
I know.
And sing. And I like tried just to see if I could do it. I couldn't even get through a whole song, and I was like lowering it down on the treadmill.
No, it's
2.5.
That's fast
You're like,
enough.
oh, that's for Taylor.
incredible.
Like I'm okay.
It's incredible.
Yeah, that it really is.
Do we have any East Coast, West Coast comparisons? Oh, okay. We wanted to do a little 'cause we're East Coasters, you know, something like that. Where is it, Dev? Sorry.
I got it.
Oh,
I don't have it. Oh. No, I don't have it. You got it.
so you guys can just say like what's better?
Okay.
New York City versus LA.
LA.
LA. But we love to visit New York. Like,
do,
we have
we
so
do.
much
We're
fun when
obsessed
we
with
visit
New
here.
York.
Although we're also the most LA people. We're like so confused, like looking around. We're not.
Really?
I mean, we take the subway, but like.
I do as my boyfriend,
But like not independently. I would be afraid that I get on the wrong and be off on stuff.
We're still trying to figure out the subway.
All of a sudden I'm on the subway and I'm like, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna be late. I'm in Harlem.
You're like, sorry.
I don't know how I ended up over here. I'm like,
Get lost.
It was funny because we're always late and we were on time today. When you guys were late, we were like, okay, well,
Seriously,
no, not that
I know.
It's a
I mean,
bad thing.
we are always late. And today,
We swap.
Wow.
No, yeah.
We
Not that
swapped
we're always on
places.
time.
Yeah.
but-
so we weren't judging at all. By the
Okay,
way.
great. Thank
no.
God. We were definitely
We were like, all right, right.
No, never. Pizza or burrito or versus burrito?
pizza.
I'm gonna say pizza, and I will say New York slice over any other
Okay, so-
version of pizza.
do you have a good spot though out on the West Coast?
We
like
do
Empires?
Roberta's, which is just a
Roberta's?
copy of your Roberta's, but it's good. The LA one's really good.
And there's a good-
Our Joe's is horrible.
Ooh, the Joe's is not good on
That's
LA.
upsetting. I'm like, dude, are we not the sauce?
I know,
is not
I know.
getting
It ain't-
carried
it
over
ain't
the
hidden.
top.
Secret Pizza is great in LA.
Secret Pizza, Prime,
Prime. There's a few that are decent.
DeSano's.
DeSano's
It's
is
still good.
legit.
Prince,
and
Prince Street. It's good.
yeah,
Prince
it's-
Street. Oh, you guys have
Yeah, we have a
Prince
Prince Street. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know a couple.
Oh, and then the other one that you heat up. Is that Prime? you know that you can take home.
Oh,
and
I know
heat
what you're
up.
talking about. Pisana.
Love Pisana.
Like, reading each other's minds.
We have a couple
Love it.
really good
Doc
ones
and all
actually.
these.
Yeah.
Bacon, egg, and cheese in New York or smoothie in LA?
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Not even a question.
Well, like, I don't know.
Sink was
Like,
And by smoothie, you were saying what, like Air One
Yeah.
smoothie?
Yeah. Do you guys like that?
One. I'm so curious.
I don't
about
even
Air
do.
One.
I love Erewhon, but I don't drink their smoothies.
Oh, okay.
They're too
what
sweet.
is it like? Just a
I've
luxury.
never been to LA. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, no, me either.
It's a luxury grocery store.
Luxury grocery store
Did you
that
guys-
you will look at your bill and be like,
It's the
I
Saks
have
Fifth Avenue
two
of
bags
grocery
and I
stores.
just spent $200, and you're like,
No, it's about 100 a bag.
Have you guys tried the
Depending on how you
strawberry?
feel
The $20 strawberry?
did you? Yeah.
So
Is it good?
really
what's
good.
the
That's
verdict?
really good.
It's really good.
She's like, and
I
I
feel
went
like as long as it's worth, like
I
if it's
couldn't
really good, then
I did it once.
Where is it from? It's
I think it's from Kyoto.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's why.
But the smoothies are too sweet. For me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
you don't like them too sweet. Do you like more like a peanut butter?
I'm not a smoothie gal.
Yeah, me
I don't even do the savory ones.
You aren't
Yeah,
really a smoothie
no.
person. I like a smoothie.
I like a smoothie.
Well, I think like my thing is like when I'm like I want to eat it, I guess, and
I
then
got you,
like
yeah.
the fact
You
that
don't
like
wanna-
yeah, like
Yeah,
my
like,
meals
yeah.
and the
Suck it
drink
down.
Maybe you need
Yeah,
a
your
spoon
meals
for
and a
yours.
drink. Yeah,
confuses
no.
my mind. I can't
Totally.
I can't have the
Yeah.
difference.
The fast-paced city of New York or like the more laid-back of LA, I guess.
More laid back
Laid
of
back of
LA,
LA.
but I think it's a misconception. I think LA is actually not that laid back.
Yeah, I don't get that vibe either.
No, it's pretty fast paced. It's a rat race.
It's just
for
that
sure.
it's just that I think like things close obviously earlier in LA, so you
and
can't
there's a
have
surf culture, so you'd think laid back.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
it's a little more
Not really.
chill in that sense. But like, yeah, it's not like New York is the only like chaotic place, and there aren't moments like that in Los Angeles.
right.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to the Jersey Shore?
wait. We played a show there, didn't we?
I feel like
Years ago.
no, I don't. Atlantic City.
It's
Does that
like-
count?
Oh, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
not like the true Jersey
Okay.
Shore
Okay, then we
stuff.
haven't.
Because this one's Jersey Shore versus Malibu, but I'm like, obviously
Oh, Malibu. I think even just knowing about the Jersey Shore versus Malibu, I would
Definitely,
say
Five Guys versus In-N-Out.
In and out.
In and Out.
For sure.
I've had
wanna-
I'm
In-N-Out.
always
Oh, is it
curious.
It's really good.
It's great.
I've never had it.
I've never had it.
Get
You
over
neither?
there. No,
Wow.
never been. I've only been to San Diego.
They had it
For,
in
like, the
Arizona. I'm
lacrosse
surprised you guys
thing.
didn't try it there.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't really get out much there.
Well, we don't want to take too much of your time out. So thank you so much for coming on in
you
this.
guys.
podcast.
Thanks for having us
so
You guys are
much.
truly beautiful and amazing people.
Gorgeous.
I wish
You're
you
so
all-
sweet.
No,
Honestly,
seriously.
please
come to the show.
to
Oh,
Terminal
We're
Five.
going to text
100%.
our people right away.
No,
like,
text our
No,
people.
okay.
It would be easy to get you in.
Just backstage.
Hell
We'll make sure you're all on.
Yeah.
We'll- yeah,
And
for
any
sure.
other peeps from the office that want to come.
We so will do that. Thank you so much.
We're manifesting the best for you guys in this tour and for little
Yes.
Jack.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, you guys are
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
And
Thanks for
for
watching
listening.
since you guys were 5.
Totally. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye, slots. See ya.
Catch you up.
Bye to the camera. It's like a live stream.
I've never done that.
All right, that was the interview. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked the little secret handshake action we got. And now let's get into Get Stumped.
You can only have one. What are you picking? Housekeeper, personal trainer, personal chef, or a personal cosmetologist? That's like hair, makeup, nails, the whole thing.
Ooh.
Chef.
Yeah, probably a chef.
Yeah, maybe a cosmetologist.
Can you elaborate?
I would like someone to look at my skin.
That's a
Every day.
dermatologist.
What does that have to do?
Cosmetology is like beauty, like
Oh, so then I
doing
would
your
never
makeup
have
every
to get
day,
ready.
how like
Like they
your
would-
hair
Oh.
every day.
Like events, that would be really nice. They could just whip it up.
Right.
Hair, makeup.
Always looking like a baller.
Yeah.
24/7.
Right. Not necessarily like the health of your skin,
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay, no, but actually I changed it. I like food way more. So yeah,
Same.
a chef.
Personal trainer, I could like kind of get behind because that could be just really fun to be like jacked.
Yeah.
If I had a personal chef though, at the same time, like I
Yeah.
might eat a freaking lot.
If I had
Yeah.
3, like, I mean, that would just be awesome.
I think it's just easier to have a personal chef.
Yeah.
And also
I don't
just,
have
like,
any of these.
Yeah, obviously.
You guys don't have
I don't
these.
think we would even be talking
yeah.
like this. Rap. We would have been like, check.
You
Like,
don't
check.
actually check.
Yeah.
You don't have these in your East Village apartments. You don't have a personal
I
chef
couldn't even
hiding in
fit
the
all
kitchen.
those people in my living room at once. That's how small it is. Yeah, I think we all say chef because we also all love food.
Love food. Love food.
Love.
Snort it, eat it, chomp it.
Would you rather get uglier or dumber as you age?
Oh my god, uglier.
Ugly.
I literally can't
By
get
the-
dumber.
what?
Please, I can't get dumber.
By the time we're 80, we're like, we just can't even speak.
Yeah.
Like dumber. How dumb?
what's
dumb,
your
dumb.
name?
What's so just becomes silence.
I guess uglier. Yeah.
I literally work so hard to try and get smarter every day. I play Scrabble, vocab.
Aw.
This is this is a side
Go
thing. but
easy on yourself.
I'm not saying
Scrabble.
I'm dumb, but like I just know that there's a lot.
Scrabble one-on-one.
Does that do it for you?
Yeah, well, I
Does
feel
that
like it like
boost
gets.
your
I feel like it's like
well,
a-
yeah, definitely does.
like it gets the wheels turning. I don't know.
does.
I kind of like make up these things in my head that like I think like I'm like if I play Scrabble every single day, like I will
No, it's
be
true.
a master of words.
I think they say to read the dictionary.
Okay, that's crazy.
Don't they
So-
say to read? Maybe I'm making that up. Maybe I'm a
Maybe the
liar.
Bible you're thinking of?
What? The dictionary compared to the Bible?
All right, guys, everyone,
gonna
let's
make you
read
smarter?
3 scripts of the Bible tonight.
Oh wait, I like
hell?
to do like the mini crossword and like sometimes I'll do the big crossword to help
Yeah.
my
I have a crossword book.
We're all trying to
figure
find
it
the
out.
reasons why we're trying to stay smart.
Yeah. No, but I was just gonna say that I just deleted
Your
my vocab app.
No, I
Why?
got. I mean, I think I just got.
I was like, I'm getting these notifications. I'm not even clicking on them. And then I realized I paid $35 a year for it. So I was like,
I pay for multiple apps.
I
in a
didn't
year
even know.
that- to help. The word
hell?
today I got is gesture, but I already know that one, so you're not helping me there.
Gesture?
Yeah,
Oh.
but we know that one.
Yeah, we know that.
But yeah, I love to get smarter.
definitely smarter
Yeah.
or look uglier as I get
Yeah,
older.
I guess.
I mean, that'll
I'll
suck,
take the
but
hit
Yeah,
just for some wisdom.
Best friends that don't hug. Normal or not normal?
Normal.
normal.
I'm such a hugger though. And I don't get
hate
how
that.
how could you not hug your
Guys,
person?
I hate it so much.
Well,
I love it.
I know
I
you guys
love
do,
it
and I
so
really
much.
try really hard for
I
you guys,
know.
but I fucking hate it.
we
It's
hug
okay.
right and she's like, hi.
I get it though. Like I get like friends that like don't like
Me and
it
Kitsy,
either.
like, we don't hug
Yeah.
like that. We
You
love
just-
each other to death.
you guys
No, I
dap
get it.
up, or like where's your show of affection with each other?
We'll hug each other goodbye, like when it's like time to part ways, but we're not like, hey, I just saw you yesterday, let's hug.
Yeah.
Hey, I just saw you an hour
adding
ago.
us.
Literally, I was like thinking about seeing you today. And I was thinking about the hugs that I think I texted. Can't wait to hug.
I
or
think you guys
Yeah.
hugged me 10 times this weekend.
Probably.
And like too, like when I hug, like it's not like a hug. It's like a.
It's
like, hold on,
it's like
latch
let's
on.
kinetic energy.
I like when like
Yeah.
my chest
Let's
touches your
exchange
chest, and it's
energies
like
right now.
Literally.
yeah. And then I like sitting in it, and I like putting my like cheek on your shoulder.
I mean, it's nice when it's happening. I heard it's good for you.
Yeah, 8
8
hugs a day.
seconds. And they have to do like 8 seconds or something. So
Yeah.
you just
That's a
stay
lot.
there.
That's a lot.
I literally would like randomly be like, "Hey, you want a hug?" to Maddie, and like we'll just hug in the middle of the street.
Yeah. One time someone saw us from Barcelona actually hugging across the street and they were like, "So
You guys fucking?"
Yeah. Saw you guys hugging yesterday. We're
Right.
like, oh, really?
Oh.
You guys saw that?
Right.
Just love hugs. I love
But
it.
I think if you don't teach their own, baby, ride that way, whatever you want.
What was the question again?
Is it normal?
Oh, is it normal? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, I think it's normal.
What's normal these days?
What is normal these days? I
I
don't
think
even
like
know.
I think there's things that's unnormal that you could be doing instead.
Yeah.
Imagine it was like, is it normal to hump and
Dry hump your best friend when you miss them.
Well,
That's it.
we were just rambling on a tangent, but I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Recapped a lot. Coke 600 was amazing. Aly and AJ, thank you so much for coming on. Hopefully we get more amazing guests in the future.
Yeah.
Couldn't do this without my two girls. Too many more adventures.
Yes.
We're imperfect, but you guys make us happy and we love you. I was going to say
was
you
good.
guys make us perfect.
It's making it weird now.
Love you guys.
Love
Subscribe.
you.
Woo!
Subscribe. Bye.